YouTube, welcome back. We are here for another episode at the Better's Edge. Guys, today we are going to cover the huge NFC matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. We have a massive game on Prime coming up this Thursday. Before we get started, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We have a race to 100 subscribers that we are trying to hit, hopefully, before year's end. I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for watching my videos, for liking my videos, for subscribing to the channel, guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Let's get down to business, guys. We have the Dallas Cowboys, as I mentioned, getting 3 points on the road at the Detroit Lions. This is a massive, massive match with huge playoff implications, guys. This game is quite simple from a ramification standpoint. The loser of this game, guys, is all but eliminated from playoff contention. This is a must-win game for the Dallas Cowboys, and it's a must-win game for the Detroit Lions. We've talked about both of these teams significantly over the course of the last month or so. Let's start off with the Detroit Lions, guys. We have a Lions team that is absolutely reeling right now. They're underperforming on the field. They're dealing with tons of injuries on their offensive line. Amon-Ra St. Brown most likely isn't playing. That's not official, but that's the way that's trending as of right now. And their defense is battered with injuries. This line is sitting at -3 for a reason, guys. This Lions team, over the course of the last 5 weeks, let's put this into perspective, over the course of the last 5 weeks, has beaten the Washington Commanders on the road without Jaden Daniels, and has beaten the New York Football Giants at home in a thrilling comeback affair without Jackson Dart. Let's think about that for a second. This is a team, I want to say since week 4. So you're talking about close to 3 months now that hasn't won back-to-back games. They also haven't lost back-to-back games, but they haven't won back-to-back games in nearly 3 months, since week 4, if I'm not mistaken. We know who and what this Detroit Lions team is, guys. They're a team that is a good front-running team. They like to play from ahead. They like to play at home. They like to play in a controlled environment, which they're going to get this Thursday, and they like to run the ball. Everything starts with the run game. Obviously, they're missing Sam Laporta, and as I mentioned already, they're missing Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is an offense that is going to need to be able to run the ball successfully to allow the pass attack, which really only has Jameson Williams right now as a viable threat to opposing defenses, and he does have huge speed, that's going to have to be able to attack on the ground in order for it to be effective tomorrow night. Guys, there's just not a ton about this Detroit Lions team to write home about right now. Defensively, they're abysmal right now. They're not getting to the quarterback. They're not taking the football away, and they're not getting stops. We saw a New York Giants offense, which really struggled on Monday night at New England. Granted, it's 2 completely different environments. Control environment, a dome in Detroit, on the road at New England, cold weather, in the elements, if you will, different quarterbacks. Jackson Dart at Detroit, at New England, and Jameis Winston at Detroit. 2 completely different elements. But we saw a New York Giants offense really take it to this Detroit Lions defense. If the Lions are going to win this game, a lot has to go in their favor. What do I mean by that? They're going to have to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to be able to protect Jared Goff, and they're going to have to open up the deep pass attack with Jameson Williams. in order for them to click offensively. Unfortunately for the Lions, they're going up against, in my opinion, the hottest team in the NFL right now. We've been talking about this Dallas Cowboys team for the last 3 weeks. It started with Vegas. It continued on against the Philadelphia Eagles, and it continued on. We backed the Cowboys on Thanksgiving against the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's talk about this Cowboys team. Very similar to Detroit. They prefer playing at home. They're not at home in this game, but they are in a dome. Dak Prescott is significantly better, as is Jared Goff, in that type of environment. Number two, this pass attack is the best in the NFL right now, with George Pickens on one side and CeeDee Lamb on the other. Defenses really have a headache on their hands deciding how they want to defend this pass game. If you double CeeDee Lamb, we saw it last week, George Pickens is going to eat. If you put your attention on George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb is going to eat. You can't double team everybody on this offense. When they don't throw the ball, they hand the ball off to Javonte, and Javonte's eaten on the ground. This Cowboys offensive line is protecting Prescott at a high level. They're creating gaps in the run game for Javonte to burst through. And the Cowboys and Brian Schottenheimer are putting together offensive game plans that are absolutely brilliant attacking opposing defenses. Last week against Kansas City, and I love Spags. I talk about it routinely on the show. He attacked Prescott via pressure, I want to say on almost 40% of the dropbacks that Dak had. Dak was 15 for 18 with 2 touchdowns and nearly 200 yards against the blitz last week. If the Detroit Lions don't get pressure on Prescott, which they haven't been doing recently, it's going to force them to blitz, which the Lions do about a little bit above league average. Dak and those receivers are going to absolutely tear apart this Detroit Lions secondary. Moving to the Cowboys defense, since the acquisition of Quinnen Williams, this is the second best rush defense in the entire NFL. Put that into perspective, guys. This defense was probably the worst defense in the entire NFL on the ground and through the air before acquiring Quinnen Williams. Now they're the second best rush defense, and they're a top half pass defense. In my opinion, guys, this game is a no-brainer. You have the hottest team in the entire NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, getting 3 points on the road against a reeling Detroit Lions team. I get it. Our natural way of thinking tells us it's a must-win game for the Lions. They're the better team coming into the season. They absolutely were. Right now, they are not. And it's a must-win game. And if they lose, their season is over. And we just look at it and say the Lions are going to win this game. Tap the brakes, guys. That's not what's going to happen. Over the years, we've seen teams get hot in the NFL, and they go on runs. And I talked about it when the passing of Marshawn Nealon occurred. These types of tragic events bring teams together. You combine that with the additions on defense, and I've talked about these additions a ton on this show. Quinnen Williams, D. Overshown, Logan Wilson, Savon Ravel. Diggs is coming back. Whether he plays on Thursday remains to be seen. Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker. You're talking about 6, 7, 8 additions to this defense. Jadeveon Clowney, who's now playing really, really well. Kenny Clark is playing really, really well. Osa Odighizuwa is playing really, really well. This defense is gelling, guys. This is a mismatch, in my opinion. Take the Dallas Cowboys +3. I'm not telling you to take the money line, but what I am telling you is that they're going to win the game outright. It's the hottest team in the NFL. They've beaten 2 tough opponents the last couple of weeks. They're going to beat a third one this week in the Detroit Lions. We are riding the train with the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow night. Choo choo. The boys keep rolling. +3. Take it to the bank. The Cowboys will win the game. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. My editor on these videos is probably going to be out for the next week or so. So this is all we're getting. The plain, no edits, no graphics on the screen, going back to day one, just winners only. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow.